afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Eagle Sports Network. We have a great game today between the Lady Eagles of Oklahoma Christian versus the Lady Chaparrals of Lubbock Christian University. My name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Will Hadley. Will, the Lady Eagles have been great as of late, winning 3 straight. How do they keep that going here today?
Well, the Lady Eagles are on a tear because of their strong defensive play. They've added Tyra Peck into the lineup, and they're pressing hard. They're playing hard defense. So I think that's what's going to lead them to a win if they want to continue that hot streak tonight, is their defense.
Well, with more on today's game and more on tonight's game for the men later on, let's send it to Brandon Coons in the studio. Brandon?
Thanks, Zach. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Eagle Sports Network. My name is Brandon Coons, and today your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles are taking on the Lubbock Christian Lady Chaparrals. First, we'll look at the Lady Eagles' last game. Last game they played on Thursday up in Wichita, Kansas, where they played the Lady Jets of Newman. The Lady Eagles started the game down 10-0, but they quickly rebounded in the game where they crashed the boards and hit their free throws. As a team, the Lady Eagles went 23 of 28 from the free throw line. Sophomore guard Megan Shelton helped the Lady Eagles a lot by getting 10 rebounds and 8 points. Senior Addie Cliff scored 37 points despite going 0 of 8 from the three-point line. This was Cliff's first game going without a made three-pointer since January 12, 2017, when her team played against Arkansas Fort Smith. The Lady Eagles were able to get a huge win on the road, winning 85-81. To give Newman their first loss in Heartland Conference play. The Lady Eagles come into play today with a 10-win and 8-loss record overall and a 3-win and 2-loss record in Heartland Conference play. Addie Clift had a great week last week. Last Thursday, she scored 26 points and went 7 of 13 from the field and became the Heartland Conference all-time leading scorer, breaking the previous record of 1,778 points. Also last Saturday, she continued that record-breaking streak by breaking another school record, scoring 45 points, setting the single-game record that she had previously set in December, where she scored 44 points. Addie Cliff's impressive week was not enough to be named Heartland Conference Player of the Week. She was also named NCAA Division II National Player of the Week by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. Cliff's name rose above 24 conferences in Division II. She is the first Oklahoma Christian women's basketball player to win a National Player of the Week award since OC began competing in Division II basketball, and she's the fifth Oklahoma Christian women's player to win a national award in program history. Cliff's career scoring is now at 1,875 points, and she is in range of becoming only the fifth Oklahoma Christian women's basketball player to score 2,000 points. Now we're going to look at the Lady Chaps of Lubbock Christian. The Lady Chaps are currently number 1 in the Heartland Conference standings with a 5-0 record in Heartland Conference play and a 15-win and 4-loss overall record. Their last game was on Thursday night on the road, where they played the St. Edwards Hilltoppers in Austin, Texas. The Lady Chaps started the game shooting hot from inside the arc at 68%, but trailed 32-30 at halftime due to committing 9 turnovers. A run that closed the third quarter rolled into the third quarter, which led to a 16-4 run to close out the game, for them, which they won the game 66-57. This was LCU's 5th straight win in Heartland Conference, and their win streak in the Heartland Conference is now up to 23 games. Number 24, Maddie Chitsey, was the leading scorer for the Lady Chaps in the game, as she finished with 20 points and 2 rebounds. The Lady Eagles are going to have their hands full this afternoon with this Lady Chaps team. Right after this break, we'll have the starting lineups for your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles and the Lubbock Christian University Lady Chaparrals. Stay tuned here on Eagle Sports Network.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
in.
Brochettes, the sausage, So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit savethefood.com.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Welcome back to Eagle Sports Network. Again today, your Lady Eagles are taking on the women of Lubbock Christian University. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Lady Chaparrals. Caitlin Cunys, Olivia Robertson, Allie Schulte, Maddie Chitsey, and Bobby Chitsey. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles. Starting at guard, standing at 5'7", a senior from Kiowa, Oklahoma, and the Heartland Conference all-time scoring leader, number 5, Addie Clift. Starting at forward, standing at 6 foot, a sophomore from Newcastle, Oklahoma, number 25, Katie Mayo. Starting at guard, standing at 5'6", a sophomore from Hera, Oklahoma, number 23, Madison Coyer. Starting at guard, standing at 5'10", a junior from Ardmore, Oklahoma, number 10, Megan Shelton. And rounding out the lineup today for your Lady Eagles, starting at guard, standing at 5'9", a sophomore from Hunter, Oklahoma, number 32, Tyra Peck. The Lady Eagles are coached by Stephanie Finley, and she is assisted by Larry Truesdale, Jessica Finley, and graduate assistant Mackenzie Stanford. When we come back, we will have the tip-off between your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles and the Lubbock Christian University Lady Chaparrals. Stay with us here on Eagle Sports Network.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome to the Eagles Nest, everyone. My name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Will Hadley. Will, Oklahoma Christian, Lady Eagles, 3-game winning streak. What are their keys to this game?
Well, like we talked about earlier, it all lies with defense. I think the biggest factor on defense is going to be Megan Shelton. I think that Megan Shelton usually comes out here and guards the best player on the opposing team, and I think that's what she's going to do. I think she's going to guard one of the Chitsey sisters and try to shut them down. Megan Shelton is just kind of an unsung hero of this team, so I think this game lies with her and obviously Addie Clift. We saw last game Addie Clift came out here against Newman, scored 37, and still went 0 of 8 from three-pointers, so that just shows how special a player Addie is, so she's going to have to get points on the board.
As Maddie Chitsey wins the opening tip for Lubbock Christian. Now, you say defense is huge for Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles here in this game. What type of coverage would you like to see them run?
I'd like to see them stick with their press. That's what they've been doing. Coach Finley's kind of trying to get this smaller, more athletic lineup in so that they can press. And so I'd like to see them continue to do that.
Madison Coyer gets the rebound, tries to give it to Tyra Peck, who wasn't paying attention on the pass, and almost saved by Megan Shelton, but the ball still goes out of bounds. So that's going to be a turnover for Oklahoma Christian. That's not the type of start you'd like to see.
No, definitely not. Just a little offensive miscue there as the Eagles are going to come on this half-court trap.
And here's that press coverage you were talking about. It's been working very well the last 3 games for the Lady Eagles, as 2 of their games for the first time since like 1954, Oklahoma Christian has won or had triple-digit numbers in consecutive games. As number 21, Allie Schluty, puts up the shot from the right corner, gets it to go for a 3. Lubbock Christian has the first points of the game here, as Madison Coyer has it at the top of the arc. Gives it to Megan Shelton. Shelton passes it down inside to Addie Cliff. Addie Cliff with the step back, puts the jumper up, does not get it to go. Looks like it was touched there by Olivia Robertson. Rebounded by Lubbock Christian. Now, Lubbock Christian's very good team overall. If you don't pay attention, they can get away from you real quick.
Definitely. I think that especially the Eagles have to be very careful coming out in this half-court trap defense and not allow LCU to get those open shots, because we know they can hit those when they get open.
As Bobby Christie puts up the shot, or Chitsey puts up the shot down inside the paint, gets them up by 5. Madison Coyer gives it to Megan Shelton in the right wing, and Shelton drives in, passes it back out to Coyer, deflected by Allie Schluty, but recovered by Madison Coyer. Coyer drives back in, hands it off to Addie Cliff. Cliff with a step back, does not put up a shot, keeps her dribble, works against Schluty, drives in, lays it up on the right side, does not get it to go. Looks like that was deflected a little bit too.
Coming off with great defense on Addie Cliff.
And in all honesty, that would be the way for Lubbock Christian to stop OC here, is because Addie Cliff's done very well here as of late, averaging about 35 points a game.
And a lot of these teams are coming out and denying Addie Cliff the ball, and it seems like she continues to hurt teams even worse when they put all the pressure on her.
As Madison Coyer, who can step up at times for Oklahoma Christian, comes up big and gives them their first points of the game. And drives in on the right side is Allie Schluty, who wants to lay it up. Instead, gets trapped down inside the paint, passes it out to Maddie Chitsey, who drives in, puts up the shot, and there's a foul. And it looks like they are going to say it was on the floor before the shot, so it's going to be Lubbock Christian's ball, as they will pass it down inside their own end with 30 seconds on the shot clock. A nice lobbing pass to Maddie Chitsey, and it looks like her shoot was blocked by Madison Coyer, but she passes it out to Caitlin Cunya's, who puts up a three and gets that to go. OC down by 6 as Coyer drives in, puts up the one-handed layup on the right side of the glass and gets it to go down. OC continues the press coverage. Now it looks like they went from half to full. As Maddie Chitsey drives in, passes it out to a wide open Olivia Robertson, puts up the three, no good, rebounded by Megan Shelton. Shelton drives up the floor. Nice lobbing pass down to Katie Mayo. And that's the athleticism for OC.
Incredible look there, an incredible find there to find Katie Mayo.
As Allie Schluty down at their own end decides to pass it out to Cunya's. Wants to put up the shot, instead gives it to Bobby Chitsey, who puts up the three, and she drains that.
These Lady Shaps are such a dangerous three-point shooting team.
As Madison Coyer has it at the top of the arc. Gives it to Tyra Peck. Peck wants to put up a shot, instead drives in after Bobby Chitsey puts up the goes up for a block, and she gets fouled at the line. Will go to the line to shoot 2 for OC. Great move there by Tyra Peck.
Nice hesitation as she just kind of blew right by her defender there.
As Tyra Peck misses the first one. Tyra Peck's been huge these last couple of games. She's actually stepped up into that starting role and has played like she's been a veteran.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Finley after the game against Newman, and she was pointing out that Tyra is the best defender for this Lady Eagles team. And so I think incorporating her into this lineup has been able to strengthen the full team defense of the Lady Eagles. I think that's why they've been so dominant the last few games.
As Tyra Peck makes the second free throw, as Cunya's gets the ball passed out and down inside the paint. It looks like there was a walk, but the refs did not call it, and the fans did not like that one bit. As there is now a foul called down inside the paint, and it's going to be Oklahoma Christian basketball now.
As there was just 3 seconds in the lane there for LCU. Good break there for the Lady Eagles.
As Coyer drives in, lays it up on the right side, and she gets that to go. And Madison Coyer has 6 points for the Lady Eagles and gets them back within 2. And there is then a travel called. Nice force by Megan Shelton, and she was the one who went for the ball and caused the walk.
Eagles have a nice crowd here tonight. They seem to be showing out and supporting and being pretty loud.
As Addie Cliff passes it down inside the paint to Katie Mayo, and we now have an even ball game once again with 5:15 left on a fast break. Nice lob forward to Olivia Robinson. The layup no good as the OC gets some good defense down inside to stop the fast break. Megan Shelton has it, puts up the three from the top of the arc, does not get that to go. Rebounded by Bobby Chitsey. Chitsey gives it to Schluty. Schluty drives over to the right wing. Works against Madison Coyer. Cunya's now passes it down to Juliana Robertson. And her pass is then stolen away by Megan Shelton, who drives in, lays it up, and she is fouled on the shot. So Megan Shelton will go to the line to try to give OC their first lead here today. But first, we were going to take a media timeout with 4:38 remaining. We are tied at 11 apiece. We'll be right back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. As you can see right here from the foul leap before the break, Megan Shelton drives in after getting the steal, lays it up on the right side of the glass and was fouled. We'll send her to the line to try to give OC their first lead of the night. OC did not have a very good start as they allowed so many threes. They allowed 3 of 7 from behind the arc against Lubbock Christian, but after that, they slowed it down and made Lubbock Christian force some shots that they shouldn't be taking.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles came out in that press, and they got bailed out a lot of times by just some offensive miscues from the Lady Chaps. But overall, their press has kind of proven successful. They kind of broke down a couple times, but other than that, they've kind of been forcing turnovers, and defense has become their offense.
As number 21, Kendra Levings checks in for the first time here tonight for the Lady Eagles. So does Hannah Benson, as Megan Shelton makes the first free throw attempt, and with that, OC has their first lead of the ball game against Lubbock Christian. And Shelton makes both, and now will check out of the ball game, and Atkinson will check in for her. So a new team will check in for the Lady Eagles, and they will continue their full court press, and it almost generates a steal there down at their own end.
Great defense there, just Lady Eagles couldn't come up with it.
Levings guards number 20, Olivia Robinson, very closely. She gives it to Allie Schluty. Schluty now has it at the top of the arc, gets double teamed, but gives it to number 13, Turner. Back to Schluty. Schluty drives in, works against Addie Cliff. Addie Cliff puts her hands up on the shot, and she does get it to fall. As Allie Schluty now has her 5th point of the ball game. Addie Cliff drives in, works on the right side, passes it back out to Levings. Levings wants to put up a 3, instead gets a screen from Addie Cliff, gives it to Benson at the right corner. Benson picks up her dribble, gives it to Madison Coyer. Coyer drives in, back to Benson. Benson with a wide open jumper, does not get that to go as it goes in and out of the basket. Lady Eagles finding some good open looks down at their own end. As Olivia Robinson drives in, puts up the jumper, and she gets that to go. As Oklahoma Christian is now back down by 2 with 3:30 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Madison Coyer for 3 from behind the arc, just off, rebounded by Juliana Robertson.
Not the best shot from Collier. That was kind of forced there on the perimeter.
As Bobby Chitsey puts up a 3, no good, rebounded by Levings. Levings tries to give it to Coyer, but it is stolen away by Allie Schluty, who lays it up on the right side. As Madison Coyer now gives it to Atkinson at the right wing. Bounce pass to Addie Cliff at the top of the arc. Cliff drives in, wants to pass it back out to Atkinson, loses it, but is then recovered by Addie Cliff. She puts up a shot, and she is blocked by Bobby Chitsey. Rebounded by Olivia Robinson. And there is a travel as she goes in to put up the jumper, and it's going to be OC basketball. One thing that I have noticed here for the Lady Eagles, when they got back into this ball game, they settled down offensively. Now they're just rushing their shots.
Yeah, I think they kind of started to panic once Lubbock went up 2 scores, but I think if they just settle down and play their game, then they'll start to really crawl back into this. Expect Addie Cliff to get some shots going, to try to gain some momentum going into the second quarter.
Well, one thing that I've noticed with Addie Cliff is she's a very long-range shooter, but one thing that I've noticed is she's been trying to drive down inside the paint a lot here to start this game.
Well, the biggest focus when guarding Addie Clift is stopping her from shooting from the outside because of how many points that she can contribute from beyond the arc. So those looks haven't been really there for her. So she's had to compromise and get her looks inside.
As a layup firm, Hannah Benson is no good. Rebounded by Davis. Davis drives up the right side. Wants to bounce pass it down to Maddie Chitsey, and does. Chitsey now double team back out to Davis. Davis was wide open, but loses control of the ball, regains it, gives it back to Maddie Chitsey, and she works down inside the paint against Hannah Benson and lays it up on the left side. As Atkinson puts up a three, and she gets that to go as it banks off the glass. Nice shot there for Atkinson. And another travel forced by Oklahoma Christian. And they will get the ball with 1:42 remaining as most of the starters will check back into the ball game. And Madison Coyer and Addie Cliff will check out for the first time here. Megan Shelton has it at the top of the arc for the Lady Eagles. Gets it to Tyra Peck. Peck now to Atkinson. Atkinson drives in, brings it back out. Puts up a jump shot from behind the arc, does not get that to go. Nice look though, she had the space, just did not get it to fall.
If Atkinson gets that space, then I think she has the green light to shoot because she can definitely knock those down.
Two players for the Lady Eagles that have been getting more confidence from Coach Finley has been Atkinson and Levings.
Yeah, Levings has come in and really been able to shoot the ball, and she's provided some really big minutes for the Lady Eagles down the stretch here.
As Megan Shelton gets the ball after there was a carry for Lubbock Christian. Now Katie Mayo has it, gives it to Atkinson. Now to Levings in the left wing. Levings to Katie Mayo. Mayo drives in, passes it out. Now Shelton has it, 12 seconds on the shot clock, drives in, works against number 2, Cunyas. Passes it out to Katie Mayo. Her shot no good, and they are going to say over the back on Levings. And that is going to be Levings' first foul here in this ball game.
And that's the right call.
And that is OC's second foul. OC continues the full court press. So far it has been working. They've generated a lot of travels and a lot of carries to stay in this ball game. Cunyas has it, passes it down to Olivia Robinson, back to Cunyas. Cunyas puts up the three from behind the arc. That rolls in and out, tipped back out by Maddie Chitsey, but stolen away by Tyra Peck. Peck picks up her dribble, gives it to Atkinson. Atkinson has it at the right wing, passes it down inside to Mayo. Mayo with the pivot step. That rolls in and out. Rebounded by Cunyas. 5 seconds on the game clock, gives it to Maddie Chitsey. She puts up the three, no good as it goes off the front part of the rim. Rebounded by the Lady Eagles, and the buzzer sounds with that. The first quarter of play sounds, and Oklahoma Christian trails by just 3. We'll be right back right after this.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. Lady Eagles trail 19-16. And Will, great start for Oklahoma Christian. Yes, they're trailing, but they are still in this ballgame.
Definitely. The Lady Shaps have been able to come out here and shut down Addie Clift. Addie Clift has been scoreless through the first quarter. I can't tell you the last time that I saw that happen. Addie Clift didn't score all of the first quarter. She's 0 of 5 from field goals, so they've done a pretty good job at eliminating her and taking her game away.
Well, as you talk about, they've been shooting not that great here in this game. The last couple of games, they've been shooting above 50% after the first quarter. As of right now, the Lady Eagles are shooting 33% from the field.
And the biggest difference is just the turnover differential between LCU and OC. Is the Lady Chaps have 7 compared to the Eagles just 2.
And with those turnovers have been keeping Oklahoma Christian in this game. As there's a call down inside the paint. It will remain Oklahoma Christian basketball as Madison Coyer looks to inbound it down at their own end. Lobs it to Tyra Peck. Peck now drives in, works against Bobby Chitsey. Drives in, nice move there. Creates some space, drives in, gets fouled on the layup. And Tyra Peck will go to the line. The foul was on number 24, Maddie Chitsey. As Tyra Peck's first attempt from the line does fall, and as you can see right here, nice little move by Tyra Peck, creating some space, and there is contact there by Maddie Chitsey. As Tyra Peck's second attempt from the line falls, OC within 1 to start this second quarter. As Leving's playing some good defense against Cunhas. Nice lobbing pass down to Maddie Chitsey, who finds a wide open Olivia Robertson, or Schluty, and her shot from behind the arc does not fall. Nice defense, though, by Katie Mayo for the second chance opportunity. Is no good as it was blocked by Mayo. Levings now has it, gives it to Megan Shelton.
As you see, Coach Finley has taken Addie Clift out of this game and looking to see what her Lady Eagles can do as a team against LCU. As Tyra Peck drains a huge three-pointer there from the top of the key.
As Tyra Peck with a nice little step back there. Cunhas has it, gets double team, passes it to Schluty. Schluty now passes it down. Nice little hesitation there by Bobby Chitsey as she lays it up and in, and we have a tie ball game with 8:51 remaining here in the second quarter. As Tyra Peck drives in, nice bounce pass to Katie Mayo, to Shelton. Shelton drives in now, lays it up on the right side of the glass, no good, rebounded by Chitsey. And Bobby Chitsey brings it across the floor for the Lady Chaparrals. As she passes it down to her sister, Maddie Chitsey, who lays it up on the left side of the glass, and she gets that to go. Madison Coyer now has it for the Lady Eagles. To Shelton at the left wing. Shelton brings it back up to the top of the arc, gives it to Katie Mayo. Her shot from behind the arc is tipped by Schluty, recovered by Lubbock Christian. And Schluty tries to lay it up on the right side, and her shot is no good, and it goes out of bounds. Lady Eagle basketball now with 8 minutes left. As Addie Cliff now checks back into the ball game as she tries to put some points up on the board for the Lady Eagles.
As this is a good spot here for the Lady Eagles, kind of keeping themselves in this game. And I'd like to see them go into halftime with a lead or a pretty close deficit.
And Lubbock Christian putting the pressure on Addie Cliff. It generates a foul. And that is going to be the second foul for Lubbock Christian. Is going to be on number 24, Maddie Chitsey, as she checks out of the ball game, as she now has 2. Madison Coyer wants to inbound the ball, gives it to Addie Cliff. Cliff double team, drives in, puts up the floater, and Addie Cliff now finally on the board for the Lady Eagles.
Nice move there from Cliff, kind of created separation and allowed the floater to go.
Schluty now has it. Now to Cunhas at the top of the arc. Gets a screen from Bobby Chitsey. Drives along the baseline, lays it up, gets it to go. As every time Lady Eagles either get a lead or tie it right back up, Lubbock Christian just gets right back out in front.
There's a nice move there from Cunhas.
As Katie Mayo's layup is a little too strong. Rebounded by Lubbock Christian. And number 22, Juliana Robertson, passes it to Duncan. Duncan Now to Cunya's from the left corner, puts up the three, no good, rebounded by Megan Shelton. Shelton surveying the floor, drives in, gives a nice pass to Peck in the right corner. Peck's three, no good, rebounded by Bobby Chitsey. Lady Eagles have been having some good looks. They just haven't been able to get those good looks to fall. As there's a layup, no good, rebounded by Megan Shelton. Shelton now drives in, puts up the layup, and she gets it to go, and we are tied once again now at 25 apiece. That is Shelton's 4th point here in this ball game. As Bobby Chitsey now hands it to Schluty. Schluty now to Cunya's at the left wing. Cunya's wants to put up the jumper instead, passes it back to Schluty. Schluty drives in along the baseline, lays it up on the right side of the glass, gets the teardrop to go. Madison Coyer now to Tyra Peck. Peck has a little bit of space. Just drives in, passes it out to Shelton. Shelton now drives in, goes to the free throw line, puts up a layup, and she gets that to go. Megan Shelton playing physical down inside the paint. You don't see that very often from her.
Well, Shelton is so good at attacking the basket. She's so good at getting to the basket. But I think the problem a lot of times is finishing once she gets there. She's done a great job of doing that so far in this game.
As there's a travel now by Lubbock Christian, another turnover. And this is going to give OC a chance to take the lead here with 5:21 remaining in this first half of play. As the coach from Lubbock Christian did not like the travel call.
No, he did not. That was very, very judgment call right there.
As Addie Cliff now has it, gives it to Peck. Peck down inside the paint to Katie Mayo. Mayo, as there's a foul called, and it looks like it's before the shot, and it will remain Lady Eagle basketball. As Katie Mayo lays up the shot, and OC now leads 29-27, as Katie Mayo has 6 points on the evening now.
What a spin there for Mayo to create that shot and get it to fall.
And there is a call down inside the paint. It looks like it's on Megan Shelton. And with that, we are going to have a media timeout. Oklahoma Christian leads 29-27. We'll be back right after this.
Through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Well, everyone, make sure you stay tuned for the halftime show with Brandon Coons, as he will give you the halftime highlights and statistics of the first half between the Lady Eagles and Lady Chaparrals. Well, Oklahoma Christian leads by 2 with 4:55 remaining here in this first half. Biggest thing for OC has been forcing Lubbock Christian to turn over the ball so much.
Yeah, they've definitely done a great job of coming in here and forcing those turnovers. If you look at the turnover differential, Lubbock Christian with 8 team turnovers as opposed to just 2 for the Lady Eagles speaks volumes towards the Lady Eagles defense.
Well, most of those turnovers for Lubbock Christian have been travels, and the Lubbock coach has not liked some of those calls because it looks like there's been a lot of just quick whistles as soon as Lubbock Christian gets the ball.
Well, that's the thing, is the Lady Eagles are coming out and playing such tight defense that it forces you to move quickly. And a lot of times when you're moving so quickly like that and you're playing against such a tough, stifling defense, then you kind of forget what your feet are doing as opposed to what your hands are doing with the ball. So that's kind of the reason that LCU has been so confused on offense.
As Katie Mayo makes another layup down inside the paint. And now a three from Lubbock Christian from outside. Does not get that to go. Rebounded by Madison Coyer as OC can now extend their lead here. As Addie Cliff drives along the baseline. Nice windmill layup, and she gets that to go. One thing that I have noticed here in this game, Lady Eagles, it hasn't just been Addie Cliff. Everyone has been putting a part into this game.
And Addie Clift has been kind of shut down on offense. Just 4 points for Clift. We're almost into halftime. That is so rare to see that. As against Texas A&M International, she had 25 points just in the first quarter.
As there was a foul called down inside the paint on the layup for number 22, Juliana Robinson, as she will go to the line. As she is going to try to get her first points of the ballgame, as her first free throw attempt does not go. As Tyra Peck will now check out of the ballgame for Levings, and as you can see right here, there is a bit of contact there. It looks like it was on Katie Mayo. Instead, it was actually called on Tyra Peck. To me, the foul looks like it was more on Katie Mayo, as it looks like she made more contact with the elbow than what Tyra Peck did. As Robinson's second attempt does fall, OC up by 3. As Levings passes it into Addie Cliff. And if you were Coach Finley here, Will, you would have to be pretty happy on how this game's been going.
Oh, definitely. The Lady Eagles have been playing as a team better than they have all season, I think, as Addie Clift has been on the bench for a lot of this game. And the Lady Eagles have come out and played together and played really well.
As Levings puts up the 3, no good, rebounded by number 20, Olivia Robertson. Now to Cunhas. Cunhas now gives it to number 20, Olivia Robinson. She puts up a 3, no good, rebounded by Shelton. Shelton drives in, gives it to Coyer. Coyer finds a wide open Levings in the left corner, puts up the 3, no good. Addie Cliff with the rebound. Nice feed from Addie Cliff to Katie Mayo. Katie Mayo, the first Lady Eagle with double digits here in this first half. Unselfish play there by Addie Cliff, extends their lead up by 5. As Cunhas now has the ball, puts up a 3 from the left corner, or left wing, does not get that to go. Nice save by Allie Schluty. As Olivia Robinson now has it, drives in, as Addie Cliff puts her hand in there. Coach wanted a foul. Well, there was none, but recovered by Lubbock Christian. As Turner puts up a 3 from the left corner, but they're going to say her foot was on the line. So it is just going to be a 2. And OC still has a 3-point lead with 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. Coyer now gives it to Levings. Levings to Shelton. Shelton at the top of the arc. Slows it down for the Lady Eagles. She starts to drive in. Nice pump fake. Puts up the shot. No good. Looks like she was hoping there was going to be a foul there, and there was not. And it will be Lubbock Christian's ball. And the ref is at the timekeeping desk asking if they would put the as a 2 or a 3 for Turner's 3 in the corner. And they have now changed it to a 3-pointer. And Lubbock Christian has a chance to either take the lead or tie it here on this possession. As Cunhas gives it to Turner. Turner down to Robertson. Robertson puts up the shot, gets it to go, and is fouled. And the foul is on Katie Mayo. Lubbock Christian has a chance to regain the lead here with 1:40 left in the first half.
Frustrating foul there for Katie Mayo.
As the shot from Olivia Robinson at the free throw line does not go. Addie Cliff has it now at the left wing. Wants to give it down to Katie Mayo. Instead gives it to Coyer. Coyer drives in. Nice feed from Coyer to Katie Mayo. Mayo wide open down inside the paint. Gets the bucket to go. And Katie Mayo now has 12 points on the evening. As Bobby Chitsey puts up a three. No good, rebounded by Madison Coyer. Coyer drives in from the top of the arc, gives it to Shelton. Shelton back out to Levings. Minute left here on the first half. Madison Coyer at the right wing has the ball, gives it back to Shelton. Shelton drives in, works against Cunya's, lays it up on the right side of the glass and gets that to go.
Megan Shelton has been unstoppable tonight.
OC leads by 4 with 40 seconds left here in the first half. Olivia Robertson hands it off to Schluty. Schluty drives in, sheer layup, no good, rebounded by Levings. About 5/10 of the game clock and shot clock difference as Madison Coyer drives in, puts up the shot, and is fouled. And she will go to the line to shoot two, and they're going to say it is on Cunya's, her first foul of the game. And Cunya's walks over to the ref asking for an explanation on the foul. As Madison Coyer's first attempt from the line falls. And as you can see right here, Madison Coyer drives in. Cunya's now tries to swat the ball and hits nothing but arm. So good call by the ref there. As Coyer makes the second attempt, OC has their largest lead of the evening, up by 6. The shot clock has been turned off. And Lubbock Christian looks like they're just going to hold on to the ball for the last shot of the first half. As number 20, Olivia Robertson, drives in, puts up the jumper, gets that to go. 2 seconds left. Pass to Caroline Lally, does not get there in time, and at that, the end of the first half, OC leads 41-37. When we come back, we'll have Brandon Coons in the studio with the halftime show right after this.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away. Not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta. A different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Sports Network studio, your halftime score is 41-37, and your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles are in the lead. Let's take a look at some of your first half stats. The leading scorer this afternoon for the Lady Eagles is Katie Mayo, as she has 12 points and 1 block. And the leading scorer for the Lady Chaps is Allie Schulte with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Now we're going to look at some other team stats. The Lady Eagles are currently winning in the turnover battle as Lubbock Christian has committed 8 turnovers and Oklahoma Christian has only committed 2 turnovers, and Oklahoma Christian has gotten 8 points off of turnovers. Oklahoma Christian is currently being out-rebounded by Lubbock Christian at 22-18, and Oklahoma Christian finished the half shooting 45.7% from the field, 16 of 35%, 2 of 9 from the three-point line at 22.2%, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line at 87.5%. And for the Lubbock Christian Lady Chaps, they finished the half shooting 44.4% at 16 of 36 from the field, 4 of 17 from the three-point line, and 23.5% from 3, and they shot 1 of 3 from the free throw line at 33.3%. And the largest lead in the game by both teams is at 6 points. Once again, the Lady Eagles lead 41-37 at halftime over the Lady Chaparrals of Lubbock Christian. Don't go anywhere, because after this break, we will take a look at what else is going on in the Heartland Conference standings. Stay tuned here on Eagle Sports Network.
Action!
Welcome back to the studio here at Eagle Sports Network. We'll be right back with the remainder of the basketball game, but right now let's take a look at what else is going on around the Heartland Conference. Lubbock Christian is currently leading the conference with a 5-0 record. Following Lubbock is Newman, who is 3-1 in the conference and 12-6 overall. Oklahoma Christian follows Lubbock in the standings with a 3-2 conference record. The rest of the conference is University of Arkansas Fort Smith, followed by St. Mary's, Rogers State, St. Edwards, and finally Texas A&M International. Now we'd like to acknowledge the success of other Oklahoma Christian athletic teams. On Tuesday, the OC Lady Eagles swim team was awarded the Scholar for America Team Recognition Award from the College Swimming and Diving Coaches Association for America. This award is given to teams who post a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher for the fall semester and have 12 or more student athletes. The Oklahoma Christian women's team had an overall GPA of 3.18. The Oklahoma Christian men and women's track team participated in the Rumble in the Jungle indoor track meet last weekend at the Pittsburgh State in Pittsburgh, Kansas to open their spring season. Junior Kelton Reynolds won the 1,000-meter race with a personal best time of 8 minutes, 49 seconds, and 58/10 of a second. The men's team finished 4th among 7 teams. Junior Lawanda Harvey posted a runner-up finish in the 60 meters. The women's team finished 6th among 8 teams. And today, both the women's and men's track team is at an indoor meet at the Central Oklahoma Invitational at the University of Oklahoma. When we come back, we will head over to the Payne Athletic Center and talk to Zach and Will to get their take on the first half of this game between your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles and the Lady Chaps of Lubbock Christian. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned here on Eagle Sports Network.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Welcome back to Eagle Sports Network. I'm Brandon Coons. Let's head over to the Payne Athletic Center where Zach Payne is standing by. Zach, who's looking good out there today for the Lady Eagles?
Thanks, Brandon. So far for the Lady Eagles, a lot of players have played very well for Oklahoma Christian. Katie Mayo has been the best player for the Lady Eagles. She's been getting down inside the paint. But one person that has really stood out to both me and Will here in this game has been Megan Shelton.
Megan Shelton has been pretty dominant so far. She's 3 of 6 from field goal. Not doesn't have awesome numbers, doesn't have awesome stats all the time, but she comes in and she produces. She's a productive player, and she's done a great job tonight of stepping up and getting to the basket. So she's getting to the basket. She's able to drive and finish, as you see here. And Addie Clift has kind of been shut down so far, as she's got just 4 points through the first half, and Megan Shelton has kind of come up and kind of played her role on offense a little bit.
Well, the biggest thing defensively for the Lady Eagles is they've been forcing so many turnovers. They've generated a lot of travels for Lubbock Christian that has given them the chance to have the lead here.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles defense has been stepping up big time. They've come out and they're pressing a lot. They're putting in a lot of pressure at half court and trying to force traps in those corners and force LCU to make a mistake. And as we see, 8-2 turnover differential in favor of the Eagles. They've done a great job at that.
So, Will, what is one thing you want to see the Lady Eagles continue here to start the second half?
I want to see them continue their strong togetherness on offense. They're playing very well. There's a lot of camaraderie among them, especially with Addie Clift kind of sitting a little more in this game. It's created more opportunities for everyone else, and they're playing better together as a team, and I like to see a little more of that.
Well, let's get ready to see how they play to start this second half. But before that, let's send it back to Brandon Coons in the studio. Brandon?
Thank you, Zach and Will. We'll be right back with the start of the second half between your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles and the Lady Shaps of Lubbock Christian University after this break. Stay tuned here on Eagle Sports Network.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta. A different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to the Payne Athletic Center here, where we get ready to start the second half of play. Lady Eagles lead by 4 against Lubbock Christian. OC's played very well here, both offensively and defensively. Will, what stands out to you the most here for OC?
I think they need to continue what they're doing here on defense. I think they need to continue to trap, continue to wreak havoc and create a lot of pressure.
As it looks like Lubbock Christian will inbound the ball. As we start the second half, Cunya's for Lubbock Christian gives it to Bobby Chitsey. Chitsey now to Olivia Robertson. Maddie passes it down inside to Bobby Chitsey. Back to Cunya's in the left corner. She puts up a wide open three. Gets that to go. And on a fast break for OC. OC's lead now down to 1. Katie Mayo drives in, lays it up, does not get that to go. Good defense there by Maddie Chitsey. Lubbock Christian coming out hot like they did to start the first half. Another 3 attempt, no good, but rebounded by Maddie Chitsey. Pass back out. As Maddie Chitsey has it again down inside the paint, puts up the jumper, does not get that to go. Rebounded by Madison Coyer. OC on, just keeps rushing a lot of stuff now as Tyra Peck puts up the 3, does not get that to go. Rebounded by Maddie Chitsey. Now number 21 for Lubbock Christian puts up a 3, no good. Rebounded by Maddie Chitsey. Passes out to Bobby Chitsey. Her 3 attempt, no good. And there's an over-the-back call on Maddie Chitsey, and that was a great call by the ref.
And that is 3 personal fouls on Maddie Chitsey now.
As Addie Cliff's wide open in the right corner for 3, and she is fouled. Almost gets the shot to go. But instead, she will go to the free throw line to shoot 3 for the Lady Eagles. That was honestly the first clean look for Addie Cliff.
So it would have been awesome to see a 4-point play there from Cliff.
There's Addie Cliff, OC's best free throw shooter, makes the first one. And her second attempt falls as well. She now has 6 points, has a chance to make it 7 here. As Addie Cliff's attempt does fall. And there is a turnover called on Lubbock Christian, it looks like. Actually, they're going to re-inbound the ball. It looks like she was not set before inbounding it. As Cunya's has the ball, crossing the half-court line, gives it to Maddie Chitsey. Pass down inside to Bobby Chitsey, and Chitsey lays it up and gets that to fall. OC up by just 2 now. Madison Coyer gives it to Addie Cliff. Cliff drives in. Cliff now looks like she has a bit more energy to start this game, but she does lose control of the ball, recovered by Lubbock Christian. As Cunya's has it now. Lays it up. Does not get it to go. Rebounded by Oklahoma Christian. Madison Coyer drives in. Loses it, and she does travel as she loses control of the ball and just tried to save it. And it will be Lubbock Christian basketball. As Cunya's now has it at the right wing. Gives it to number 21, Schluty. Schluty now Passes it back out to Maddie Chitsey, who puts up the 3. And Lubbock Christian regains the lead for the first time here in this second half. As Addie Cliff drives along the baseline, passes it out to Katie Mayo. She lays it up on the right side of the glass and gets that to go.
Nice find there to thread the needle from Addie Cliff to Katie Mayo.
As number 20, Olivia Robinson has it, passes out to Cunya's. Cunya's now to Shaluti. Shaluti drives in, loses control, and it's stolen away by Madison Coyer to Addie Cliff, who steps up, puts up a jumper from behind the arc, does not get it to go. Rebounded by Cunya's for Lubbock Christian. Up to Shaluti. Shaluti drives in, works against Coyer. Coyer gets her hand in there, deflects the ball, passes it back out to Cunya's for a 3. No good. Rebounded by Shelton. Shelton now drives in. Nice bounce pass to Katie Mayo, but the Lubbock Christian player gets their hand in there. And there's a foul called, it looks like, on Oklahoma Christian. As Hannah Benson will now check in for Tyra Peck. The foul was on Katie Mayo. Katie Mayo's got to be a little careful now. She has 3 fouls on the night for OC.
As now from last game into this game, that's now 10 straight missed three-pointers for Addie Cliff. Extremely rare to see Cliff miss that many three-pointers. So she's going to look to kind of break out of that slump here in the second half.
As Juliana Robertson's layup does not fall, rebounded by Hannah Benson. Gets to Coyer. Coyer drives in, passes it back out to Benson. Benson for 3. Goes off the back part of the rim. No good, but recovered. There's a tie-up now. And it is going to be jump ball, and the possession arrow is towards the Lady Eagles, so it will be OC basketball. As Levings now checks into the ball game for Katie Mayo. As Addie Cliff drives in, puts up the jumper, does not get that to go. Lubbock Christian done a very good job of silencing Addie Cliff here in this ball game. As there is another travel by Lubbock Christian, and it will be OC basketball. The turnovers have kept OC in this game and have let them keep this lead here in the second half.
Lady Shaps are just trying to move a little bit too fast.
As Coyer gets a screen from Hannah Benson. Benson gets the ball from a nice pass by Coyer, and she lays it up and in, and that is her first points of the ball game. As Shaluti has it, gives it to Bobby Chitsey. Chitsey now to Turner. Turner for 3. Off the front part of the iron. Does not get it to go. Rebounded by Benson. Addie Cliff wants to put up a long 3. Instead drives in, puts up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Bobby Chitsey. As Turner has it. Has it at the top of the yard, works against Madison Coyer, wants to drive in. Nice one-handed pass down inside to Juliana Robinson, and she lays it up. As OC up by just 1, Coyer has it, drives along the baseline, and there is a blocking foul called on number 21, Allie Schluty. And we have a media timeout, so we will be right back right after this. OC leads by 1.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. OC leads by 1 with 4:56 remaining here in the third quarter. Fast-paced game to start this second half.
Yeah, the Lady Eagles have kind of come in and pushed the tempo here on defense and offense, kind of created a really fast game. I think that's led to, that is what has led to 2 more LCU turnovers But the Lady Eagles have had some turnovers of their own. They've had 3 just in the first half of this third quarter.
As we get ready to resume play here just before the break, Madison Coyer drove down along the baseline. There was a blocking foul called on number 21, Allie Schluty. There was no shot, so it will be OC basketball down at their own end with a fresh shot clock.
And in for the Lady Eagles, we have Collier, Levings, Benson, Shelton, and Clift.
As Hannah Benson now has it. Gives it to Madison Coyer. Coyer now back out to Hannah Benson. Benson drives in, nice pivot step, does not get that layup to go. And goes out of bounds, will remain OC basketball. As Coyer inbounds the ball to Addie Clift, was a bad pass, stolen away by Turner. And now Turner has it, brings it across the half-court line for Lubbock Christian. As number 1 for Lubbock Christian has it, and that is Duncan. Duncan passes it out to Turner. Turner for 3. Gets that to fall. Turner's been their best three-point shooter here in this ball game. As Addie Clift gives it to Hannah Benson, and Benson responds with the 3 of her own. What a play for OC, and that was huge for them to regain the lead.
Hannah Benson has been huge this season for the Lady Eagles, being able to come in and hit big shots when she is needed. She did that right there.
As the shot down inside the paint for Lubbock Christian is no good. Rebounded by Madison Coyer. Coyer hands it to Levings. Levings wants to put up the shot, but instead does not. And that was honestly a good play, or a good decision by Levings, as she was guarded very closely. As Addie Clift drives in, puts up the floater, as that goes in and out. Rebounded by Lubbock Christian. As number 1, Duncan has it. She lays it up and gets that to fall for Lubbock Christian. They regain the lead by 1. As Madison Coyer now gives it to Hannah Benson. Benson for 3 again, off the back part of the rim. Rebounded by Olivia Robertson. As Turner has it at the right wing, passes it back out to Bobby Chitsey. Chitsey now bounce pass to number 22, Juliana Robinson. Gives it, or no good. Rebounded by Coyer. Coyer now to Shelton. Shelton at the left wing. Nice pass down inside the paint to Addie Clift, and Clift lays it up and in. Addie Clift now has 9 points on the evening for OC. As Lubbock Christian's Turner has it at the right wing. Gives it to Duncan. Duncan now to Robertson. Robertson gives it to her sister, Olivia Robinson, and she drives in, lays it up on the right side, gets that to fall, and was fouled. And she will go to the line to try to convert a 3-point play.
We're going to have some substitutions here. In for the Lady Chaps is going to be Maddie Chitsey along with Kaylin Davis.
As Olivia Robinson's free throw attempt falls, and OC now down by 2. That is Olivia Robinson's 12th point of the ball game. Hannah Benson gives it to Madison Coyer. Coyer gives it to Tyra Peck, who's checked back in the ball game. Now to Atkins, who's also checked back in. Coyer now has it, works against Turner at the top of the arc, drives in, finds the lane, lays it up, and her shot is blocked by Turner. As Maddie Chitsey has it, gives it to number 21, Allie Schluty. Schluty back to Chitsey. Now to number 10, Davis. Davis drives in, finds a lane, lays it up, and her shot is no good. Rebounded by Levings. Now to Coyer. Coyer back to Levings. Levings for a long 3. No good. Rebounded by Davis. As Davis for Lubbock Christian Works against Madison Coyer. Gives it to Juliana Robinson. Now to Schluty, right wing. Works against Peck, drives in. Tries to pass it back out, and there's a foul called, they're going to say, on Levings. The fans here in the Eagles' Nest do not like that call one bit.
No, as Levings and Peck both had their hands up in the air. Didn't look like too much of a foul from this angle. A big miss there from the Lady Chaps. Does it look like Kendra Levings got all ball from behind there? But it proved to be a good foul as both free throws are missed there by Allie Schulte.
As Madison Coyer has it, gives it to Tyra Peck. Peck now at the right wing, or top of the arc, drives in, finds the lane. Her shot, no good, but she is fouled.
Don't do it! Just straight up!
And if the Lady Eagles can take a bit of a lead going into this fourth quarter, that would be huge for them.
Right here, as you can see, as Tyra Peck drives in, there is contact down inside the paint. As Peck makes her first free throw attempt, misses the second one. Rebounded by Juliana Robinson. OC down by 1 with 51 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. As number 22, Juliana Robinson has it, passes it down inside the paint to Maddie Chitsey. And her layup is good. Lubbock Christian increases their lead up to 3 over OC. As Atkinson has it, gives it to Levings. Levings wants to bounce, pass it down to Hannah Benson, and there's a kick ball on Juliana Robinson. Will remain OC's ball with 24 seconds left. Is number 34. Atkinson tries to pass it down inside to Benson, and there is a foul called on number 4, Emma Middleton, who's checked in for the first time here tonight for Lubbock Christian. And that is going to send Hannah Benson to the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. As Benson makes the first free throw attempt. Benson gets ready to take her second one from behind the arc, or the free throw line. Makes both. OC back down within 1. That is Hannah Benson's 7th point here. Shot clock has been turned off. Lubbock Christian is going to hold on to the ball for the last shot of the third quarter, it looks like. As Cunya's drives in, works against Coyer, who's playing very closely. Wide open is number 22, Juliana Robinson, and she drives in, lays it up. Her shot is good, and with that, the buzzer sounds. OC trails by 3 at the end of the third quarter, and we will be right back with the start of the fourth quarter right after this.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Welcome back. As you can see right here, Madison Coyer tried to drive in, was blocked on that shot, but OC still has a chance in this ball game, trailing by just 3 as we get ready to start the third quarter of play. What would you like to see going into this fourth quarter for OC?
I'd like to see Addie Clifts come in and make a difference on offense. She's been kind of getting shut down by the stifling defense of the Lady Chaparrals all afternoon long, but I'd like to see Addie Clifts come in and really make a difference and kind of get past this shooting slump and hit some shots from beyond the arc.
As we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play, we still have 17 seconds before we get ready to start it. Oklahoma Christian's generated a lot of turnovers. Those turnovers that they generated has kind of dwindled down in the third quarter. So hopefully OC can go back on the full court press and generate some more of those turnovers.
Definitely, they're going to have to come out here and play really hard on defense. This would be a huge win in conference for the Lady Eagles.
As Lubbock Christian inbounds the ball, Cunhas has it, tries to give it to number 21, Schluty, who almost gets it to deflect it and goes out of bounds almost, but recovered. Bobby Chitsey gets a three-point attempt off, no good. A man falls down for Lubbock Christian, and it's Maddie Chitsey. OC has a chance down inside the paint, but Chitsey somehow manages to get down there and block the shot, but Maddie Chitsey looks like she's in a bit of pain for Lubbock Christian as she puts up a three-point attempt now, no good. Rebounded by Bobby Chitsey, her second chance, no good. Gets another rebound, goes out of bounds now. Will be Lubbock Christian basketball.
Chitsey took a hard fall on the other end of the court a couple of plays ago.
It kind of looked like she hit her knee straight down on the floor, and it looks like it's messed with her a little bit. But now she looks like she's starting to get a little better. She gets a nice screen, or a nice lead down inside the paint, and she is fouled. She's still limping just a little bit, though.
And the Eagles are going to have to start playing better post defense. They're going to have to start stepping up, and someone needs to come get those lobs that are being thrown to Chitsey, who has the height difference.
As Maddie Chitsey misses the first free throw attempt, as Levings will now check out of the ball game, and Hannah Benson will check back in. As the second attempt from Maddie Chitsey, also no good, but gets her own rebound. Gives it to Schluty. Schluty for three from the right wing. Gets that to fall instead. OC now trails by 6 to start this fourth quarter of play. Addie Cliff now has it. Gets a screen from Hannah Benson. Wants to put up a three, but instead tries to drive in. Passes it out to Tyra Peck. Gets another screen from Hannah Benson. Finds a wide open Mayo. Nice hesitation. Puts up the three now, and she gets that to go. Gets it back within 3. With 8:39 left here. Nice
Huge shot there from Katie Mayo.
There's a nice slide step there to generate the free space. As Schluty has it, gives it to Olivia Robinson. She passes it back out to Bobby Chitsey. Chitsey puts up the three of her own. No good. Rebounded by Hannah Benson. Addie Cliff now on the fast break. Nice pass to Katie Mayo, and her shot is blocked by Bobby Chitsey, but goes out of bounds. Will remain OC basketball. That was great hustle there by Bobby Chitsey to stop the fast break. As Addie Cliff gets the inbound pass, steps back, passes it down inside to Katie Mayo. Mayo drives in, works against Maddie Chitsey. Her shot against the glass, no good. Rebounded by Schluty. Schluty drives in, works against Atkinson. Schluty passes it down inside to Bobby Chitsey. Back out to Olivia Robinson. Robinson's shot falls. OC down by 5.
I'd love to see a ball screen up here as Cliff takes the ball up. Would give her a bit more separation so she could let it fly.
But instead, Addie Cliff drives in, makes the layup. Has 9 points here against Lubbock Christian. Actually now 11 points, excuse me. As Schluty puts open a wide open three, and she gets that to fall, and Lubbock Christian starting to get away. OC keeps trying to play the catch-up game here in the fourth quarter as Addie Cliff drives in and gets another free layup, and there's then a timeout called by Coach Finley, and then they say it is going to be stretched to a full, so we will step away and be right back right after this.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit savethefood.com.
Well, for those of you who are watching on the Eagle Sports Network, make sure you stay tuned after the girls' game for Brandon Coons in the studio with the post-game show, as he will give you the post-game statistics and highlights here of this Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles basketball game. Back here on the floor and the Eagles' Nest, Lady Eagles trail by 4 to Lubbock Christian with 7:08 remaining. Addie Cliff come huge the last two possessions, making 2 layups down deep inside the paint. As Olivia Robinson passes it to Maddie Chitsey, and her layup is good. OC's got to try to figure out a way to box out and not allow anyone down inside the paint, as Addie Cliff tries to drive in again, and her shot is blocked by Maddie Chitsey, recovered by Lubbock Christian, as Turner for Lubbock Christian has the ball, gives it to Robertson. Robertson back to Turner. Turner for 3 from the right wing. Air balls it, no good, rebounded by Maddie Chitsey. Back out to Turner, then gives it to Robinson. Robinson's jumper from the free throw line goes in. As Madison Coyer drives in, she puts up a layup, fouled on the shot. Shot does not go down. So Madison Coyer will go to the line to shoot 2 with 6:16 remaining, down by 8. Is Madison Coyer now. His first attempt from the free throw line does not fall, as it goes off the front part of the rim here. As Madison Coyer's layup right there, there is a lot of body contact by Allie Schluting. As Madison Coyer gets ready to shoot her second attempt from the free throw line. And that shot does not go as well. Missed opportunity there for the Lady Eagles. As Cunya's has it. Gives it to Robertson. Robertson now works against Shelton to a wide open Turner. Turner does not put up a shot. Instead passes it down inside the paint to Robertson. Robertson then passes it out to her sister. Wants to put up a shot. As her shot does not fall. Rebounded though by Lubbock Christian. Cunya's has it at the top of the arc now. Now to Turner. Back to Cunya's. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Olivia Robertson. To Bobby Chitsey. Instead gives it to Turner. Turner wants to put up a shot. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Juliana Robinson. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Megan Shelton. Shelton brings it up the floor for the Lady Eagles. Gets stolen away by Lubbock Christian now. But Addie Cliff steals it back, puts up a jumper, and her shot is blocked. As Cunya's now has the ball for the Lady Eagles. She works down inside the paint, passes it back out. Looks like Lubbock Christian is just trying to dwindle down the clock. As Turner gets the ball, wants to put up a shot, does not, drives in, puts up the floater, does not get it to go, but rebounded by Juliana Robinson. Well, it looks like if OC wants to get back in this, they got to work on boxing out.
Well, yeah, there's just such a size differential, especially at the 4 and 5 spot. And on offense, Lady Eagles are focusing so much on taking away the Chitsey sisters down low that these outside looks are becoming wide open, just like that one for Cunya, so she gets that one to go.
As OC is now down by 11 with 4 minutes left here in this ball game. Katie Mayo drives in, loses control of the ball, but regained by Madison Coyer. Gives it to Addie. Addie Cliff for a long three. No good. Tipped and saved by Madison Coyer. But it will go out of bounds and will be Lubbock Christian basketball. And we have a whistle blown by the rest. They're going to say one last media timeout, so we were going to step away, and we'll be back with the rest of this ball game right after this.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Will, great start for OC in the first half. Had a nice lead going into halftime. They come back. They have now lost their lead, and they are down by 11. What do they need to change?
Well, they need to come in here, and they need to score quickly, and they need to force and draw a lot of fouls here to try to crawl back into this game as they're down 11 with just 3:57 to go.
What is something you've been seeing on the floor offensively that OC has not been able to do that they just haven't been able to see on the floor?
Well, if you look when whoever's playing the 4 spot, it was Benson. Now I assume it's going to be Peck for the Eagles. When they're dribbling up, there's no help down low. The Lady Chaps are picking up on defense down for the 4 and 5 down on the block. So a ball screen up top would leave Addie Clift wide open for 3. So I'd like to see them exploit that pretty soon here. So Addie Clift can try to get the Eagles back into this game from beyond the arc.
As Addie Cliff fouls Lubbock Christian. As Olivia Robinson will inbound the ball for Lubbock Christian. Gives it to Bobby Chitsey, now to Cunhas. OC playing the press. Cunhas drives in, lays it up, and she gets the bucket to fall. OC now down by 13. As Coyer drives in, gives it out to Peck. Peck now to Katie Mayo. Mayo drives in, puts up the shot, goes off the back part of the rim, rebounded by Lubbock Christian. 3:14 remaining here on the fast break. A wide open Turner. Turner lays it up, and that bucket gets them up by 15 now with 3 left. As the Addie Cliff's layup from inside the paint, no good. Rebounded by Megan Shelton. Pass back out. Coyer now has it at the top of the arc. Hands it to Shelton. Shelton drives in, lays it up on the right side of the glass, and that ends the run. As there's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Finley, so we are going to stay right here. Great look there by Megan Shelton. You haven't seen Megan Shelton much here in this second half drive in like she was in the first half.
No, I think there's been a lot of adjustments. I think that Coach Gomez for the Lady Chaps has been able to kind of combat that. So the Lady Eagles have had to come in and score from elsewhere.
As there's 5 seconds left and we get ready to come back to resume action here. Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles were doing so well in the first half. But Lubbock Christians picked up their defense to bring them back and have a demanding lead now late in this fourth quarter of play.
And a lot of just missed and rushed shots from the Lady Eagles down the line has been kind of the difference in how the Lady Chaps have pulled away here in the last 5 minutes.
As we get ready to resume action here. As Lubbock Christian will inbound the ball. As number 22, Juliana Robinson has it. There's a tie-up. Possession arrow to OC, so it's going to be OC's basketball. Nice play there for the Lady Eagles to help them try to get back in this ball game.
And that's exactly where it starts, forcing jump balls, being strong and consistent and disciplined on defense.
As Madison Coyer has it, gives it to Addie Cliff. Wants to put up a 3 instead. drives in, lays it up. Nice finger roll layup there. Just like that, OC down by 11. As there is then a foul called on Katie Mayo. That's going to be her 4th foul. Oh, they're going to say it's on number 23, Madison Coyer. That's going to be her 1st foul. So we're going to have to re-inbound the ball again. And it looks like Coach Finley is just wanting OC to try to get a turnover on the inbound. As Bobby Chitsey has it, works against Peck. Drives in, finds a wide open Juliana Robinson. Her layup is no good, but she is fouled by Addie Cliff.
And that's a good foul there from Cliff, making Robertson earn her points from the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 thus far on the afternoon.
As the first attempt from the free throw line does not fall. And Juliana Robinson's 2nd attempt now from the free throw line falls as an OC down by just 12. Madison Coyer drives in. Nice pass to Tyra Peck. Gives it to Shelton, who is wide open. Does not put up the 3 when she had the look. And instead there is a reach-in foul called on Lubbock Christian's number 42, Bobby Chitsey. And Schluty will now check back into the ball game for Juliana Robinson.
The Lady Eagles can hit a 3 here and make a stop. It'll make things really interesting down the stretch.
As OC puts up a shot, no good as it goes in and out. Rebounded by Lubbock, and on the fast break, there is a foul called on Addie Cliff. The shot did not, or the shot counts, and it will now be a 3-point opportunity for Olivia Robinson. As Robinson's attempt from the line falls on the lucky bounce. OC now down by 15 yet again with 1:53 left. Madison Coyer has it, gets a screen from Addie Cliff, and Coyer's layup along the left side of the glass falls in, and there's then a reach-in call. Looks like on Katie Mayo. That is going to be her 4th foul, so 1 more foul, and Katie Mayo will foul out here in this ball game. And it looks like OC's just trying to find any way possible to salvage some points and get more chances to try to find some open looks from behind the arc.
As the score doesn't necessarily reflect how this game went, the Lady Eagles hung in for a long time, but just due to fouls and crazy aggressive defense, that's kind of led to some open opportunities for LCU to pull away and get this big lead here of 15.
Another thing, though, that helped Lubbock Christian was rebounds. And on those rebounds, they were shooting very well from behind the arc.
Yeah, LCU is out-rebounding the Eagles by a lot. So yeah, that's been a huge difference. Usually when the Eagles can rebound and hang in there on rebounds with such a small lineup, that's when they're able to win these games against these quality opponents.
As Turner has it at the right corner, loses control, stolen away by Katie Mayo, recovered by Tyra Peck, gives it to Addie Cliff. Cliff now drives in at the right wing, or left wing, and she is fouled. It looks like it's a reach in on number 20, Olivia Robinson. And it's going to be Oklahoma Christian ball down at their own end. As Coyer inbounds the ball to Addie Cliff with the step back. Instead gets it to Peck. Hands it back to Cliff. Cliff lays it up. No good on the shot, but she will go to the line to shoot 2. The foul is on Bobby Chitsey, and she has 4 fouls here for Lubbock Christian. As Cliff misses her first free throw attempt at the line. And Addie Cliff's second attempt does fall. OC down by 14 within the last minute of play here. As Bobby Chitsey now gives it to Schluty, and Schluty's just going to hold on to the ball, let let the shot clock tick down. As Cunhas now drives in, and there's a charge by Cunhas, and it will be OC basketball. And with that, it will be Tyra Peck looking to inbound it to Madison Coyer. As Katie Mayo puts up a shot, no good as it is blocked by Bobby Chitsey. And you don't see that often. OC's tallest player getting blocked by another player here in this conference.
As this just shows how much bigger of a team LCU is than the Lady Eagles. Fortunately, Lady Eagles are going to get another chance at the Lady Chaparrals, if not two.
As looks like Lubbock Christian is just going to let the shot clock wind down and have a shot clock violation. It is going to be OC basketball with 3.3 seconds left here in the ballgame as Tyra Peck inbounds it, gives it to Addie Cliff. Cliff tries to put up a shot, no good. And with that, Oklahoma Christian falls short, 84-70 to Lubbock Christian. And we will be right back with Brandon Coons in the studio right after this.
Shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Hello.
Hi. I'm from Blue Hood Stone Barns. We brought a meal for you, and I'm here to serve it to you.
Okay, great. Come in.
Zucchini carbonara, made from zucchini that was harvested earlier this morning.
Again?
Hey, Dan Barber.
You have room for a little bit more?
Come on in.
Brochettes, the sausage. So when we made that zucchini carbonara, you know, they're the end pieces of the zucchini, and they're the cores that we cut away, not to mention zucchini flower. Usually those get thrown out. We use them to create an entire second dish. Does that, oh.
Again?
I'm here to bring you your third course. It's the vines from your zucchini.
We'll have a little zucchini stem pasta, a different experience of zucchini. When we start to think differently about our food, we can get a lot more out of it.
This is delicious.
What do you think we can make out of this? 40% of food in America is never eaten. Cook it, store it, share it. Visit SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network studio. I'm Brandon Coons. The final score was 84-70 as the Lady Chaparrals picked up the win this afternoon. Now let's take a look at the final stats for today's game. The leading scorer for the Chaps this afternoon was Olivia Robertson with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 assists, and 34 minutes of play. And the leading scorer for your Lady Eagles this afternoon was Katie Mayo with 17 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals, and 1 block in 30 minutes of play. Now let's look at some other team stats in the game. Oklahoma Christian was out-rebounded 49-35, and that was the big difference in this game as they picked up the loss in this game. The Lady Chaps committed 14 turnovers, and Oklahoma Christian committed 7 turnovers. And the largest lead in the game was Lubbock Christian. It was 15 points. The Lady Eagles finished shooting 39.4%, 26 of 66 from the field, 4 of 18 from the three-point line, 22.2%, and 14 of 19 from the free throw line at 73.7%. And for the Lady Chaps, they finished the game shooting 46.6%, 34 of 73 from the field, 10 of 36 from the three-point line at 27.8%. And from the free throw line, they finished shooting 6 of 13 of 46.2% from the free throw line. With the win, the Lady Chaps record will improve to 6 wins and no losses on the conference record and a 16-win and 4-loss overall record. This win for LCU was their 8th consecutive win, and it pushes their Heartland Conference win streak to 23 games. With the loss, the Lady Eagles record will go to 10 wins and 9 losses overall and a 3-win and 3-loss record in Heartland Conference play. And when we come back, we will head out to the Pan Athletic Center to get Zach Payne and Will Hadley's final thoughts on this game. Stay tuned here on Eagle Sports Network.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back to our Eagle Sports Network studios after your Oklahoma Christian Lady Eagles fall to the Lubbock Christian Lady Chaps 84-70. Let's head out to the Pan Athletic Center where Zach Payne and Will Hadley are standing by. Guys, what are your final thoughts on this game?
Thanks, Brandon. Well, it wasn't the outcome the Lady Eagles were looking for here. They played very well in the first half, but they just fell apart in the second half.
They did. They allowed the height of LCU to get to them, and they just, whenever it came down to it, then there was so much clutter in the paint that once the penetration came, it just left the perimeter wide open for LCU, and that's how they pulled away.
Well, it kind of looked like in the second half the height advantage for Lubbock Christian played a huge part, because if you look at it, a whole bunch of leads down inside the paint to big men and easy layups alongside the glass, and then the second and third chance opportunities because Lubbock Christian out-rebounded us in the second half.
Anytime you get out-rebounded 50-35, there's a good chance that you lost that basketball game, and that's exactly what happened tonight for the Lady Eagles. And with the small ball lineup due to the injury to Kendall Blackburn and the injury to Caroline Lawley, then the Lady Eagles just haven't been able to rebound as well as they had at the beginning of the season. So if the Lady Eagles can stick with their opponent in rebounds, then they have a good shot at winning the game.
Well, what would you like to see the Lady Eagles do in their next game this coming Thursday?
I like to see them focus a lot on boxing out their man and pushing their man out trying to push them out to the perimeter just to come in and get these rebounds. Because of how undersized the Lady Eagles are, they're going to have to do that if they want to keep up in terms of second chance points and limit those.
Well, it wasn't the outcome the Lady Eagles were looking for here against Lubbock Christian as they fall short to the Lubbock Christian Chaparrals. So let's send it back to Brandon Coons in the studio. Brandon?
Thank you, Zach and Will. Well, that concludes our broadcast this evening. Again, the final score is 84-70 as the Lubbock Christian Lady Shaps have picked up the win. The Lady Eagles' next game will be next Saturday against the Lady Jets of Newman at 1 p.m. in the Eagles Nest. We'll have that game for you here on Eagle Sports Network. You have been watching Eagle Sports Network, which is a student-produced broadcast by the students of Oklahoma Christian University. Make sure you stay right here because coming up next, we will have coverage of the men's game against Lubbock Christian here on Eagle Sports Network. Have a great afternoon.